My name's Rob Bliss. I'm the CEO, Chief Sales Guy for Smart Office USA. Well, I met Scott at a networking meeting and he told me a little bit about Reib Law, and the timing couldn't have been more perfect. Being a small business owner, of course, you really don't have access to lawyers, attorneys, law firms. You always think of the big expense and probably the intimidation factor as well. And so it was very refreshing in meeting Scott and hearing the concept that he's presenting at Reib Law. I was lucky. I met Scott at a networking meeting and he had already done business with somebody I knew. And so he sort of had a recommendation right there at the event where I met Scott. The number one reason for choosing Reib Law is because no other law firm has a program like Scott has. And when you sit down with him and he goes over the program with you and his value-added proposition, it's awesome. It makes sense, it makes it economical, and it works. Well, the great thing about it is that you have the ability, when you have any type of question or you get to pick up the phone and call your attorney. Or I can just simply write him an email. I get very quick response from either his paralegal or Scott himself. So the response factor is very, very quick. Again, it's just easy access. I would say probably peace of mind, just the assurance that you have an attorney. It's kind of cool to say that. And again, something very hard. Did not have that ability before I met Scott. And now that I'm on the Access program, I have the ability, the peace of mind to be able to know that I can call my attorney at any time. If they were on the fence, I would just reiterate the things that Scott has done for me. And again, I'm very passionate as a small business owner to help other small business owners. And you've got to, in this world that we live in today, you've got to have an attorney on your team. And I would probably just cite a couple of the things that have happened to me where Scott has come through for me. So I would be very passionate about telling that person how he needs to get on board with Scott's program. Well, I mean, I had a lawsuit against me. Scott, again, this was great on Scott's part, where it was a lawsuit that needed litigation. Scott put me in touch with the right attorney, and upon his recommendation, the lawsuit basically went away. And again, this was something, again, the integrity of Scott, where he put me in touch with the right people, and they were, again, giving me peace of mind. And they made it go away. It was awesome. Another example, again, of the benefit of working with Scott is, again, as a small business owner, you let so many things slide. Because again, I can't afford an attorney. But when you're on the Access program, and I needed to adjust 2 of my contracts so that it was obviously protected myself, my company, and the customer, and again, be able to just pick up the phone, talk to Scott, say, hey Scott, I need your advice on this contract, and boom, I know that we make the appointment, Scott does his thing, and again, it brings that peace of mind there. So again, it's just another added reason why having the attorney on your side and being able to pick up the phone, knowing Scott's there. I just say it's been a pleasure working with Scott. Again, he's just very knowledgeable. His staff is very efficient. And again, if Scott doesn't know the answer, he puts you in contact with somebody who does know the answer. I just like the values and the integrity that Scott brings to the table.